Here's what you're supposed to do. Reach out, you inhale, and you pick up on his movement. Inhale, you receive him. Just as though we were coming to shake hands. He comes, he puts his hand out, I relax, I put my hand out. There's no difference, none, right? So as he comes towards me, I relax and receive him. The reason for rehearsing that moment is that is one of the moments where you'll get that dose of tension. And if it is in combat, it's going to be followed rapidly by other things. So if you start tense, you have almost no opportunity then to relax into effective fighting. So you have to dedicate yourself to moving to relaxation immediately on attack, which is counterintuitive, yes? And you have to be very gentle with yourself because your nervous system is set up to react. So all of those neurons fire, you will move. And 6 weeks from now, if you keep telling yourself at the moment of attack, I'm going to relax, you keep practicing it, those neurons will have retreated. And some other nerve pathways will begin to develop as you develop skills to receive the attack calmly, with attention and fluidity, okay? So I want you to work with a new partner and just attack back and forth, and just to practice that, taking a gentle inhale, try to pick up their movement as they come in, and have a sense of reception as you engage. And then just reverse, back and forth, just one attack.
To grow in Systema. And so, yeah, breathing, most important. Relaxation, because if you don't have the breathing, you can't have the relaxation. Then once you've got the relaxation, keep the posture, and then when you've got the posture, then you're able to move. So what I'm going to do to start with is just get you to stand there and actually take a moment to observe your body. Feel. Are you holding any tension? Are you tired? Is there any aches or pains? Just spend a moment. Okay? All right. What I'll do is we'll walk around in a circle. And I want you to just concentrate on how you actually move, where there's tension as you move. I don't know whether you did this.
It's just a variation on a theme.
Sure. But as you're walking, notice your shoulders. Are they holding any tension? Could they be lower? And then, okay, work your way through the chest. Your spine, is it erect? How are your hips feeling? There's a lot of tension in the hips usually. So, feel the hips. Try and walk slowly, but without any tension. Okay, now when you're ready, on your backs, and much the same. Be creative, move any way you want, use your arms and legs too, but you're moving on your back. Start. So then now, I've got to feel, okay, he's got me locked here, I can still move my legs, my neck, this arm. So what can I do? And then I can, okay, I'm out of it already. So put a bit of weight on it.
Okay.
Any other way? Okay. All right. I can stretch here. I can move. Okay. So basically it's the same again. You're finding your own movement to get out of it. But what you can do is you can pin me as soon as I move. Use your fists again, pin me again. So I've not constantly got to move. Okay? So. Okay. And again, relax, don't tense, just move and see what's available. Okay, great. It's a slippery floor, so you can take advantage of that. It's also, again, a lot like a massage. So you guys got that? So just move. And so Tom is going to do the same exercise, and I'm going to be moving in all different ways, just whatever's available. And then Tom's going to get in closer and closer, and he's going to try and use his whole body
So again, go at the pace that you feel comfortable with, and just see what you can do. Just keep moving. Stay relaxed. Okay, so again, don't tire yourself out, don't stress yourself out, just work.
With the warm-up, okay, so in Systema, often the warm-up is the key to the work that we do. So if you want to like go home and think about the ideas or practice something, often it's built into the beginning of the class, okay? So you can take that and you can see how we were rolling on the ground, getting comfortable as much as possible on the ground. I know some people had some sore knees. But then we took it, stretching, moving, going from side to side, so we've got that mobility. Then we're pinning each other so we could see what was working, the body mechanics and what we were able to do and how a pin is effective and not effective. Then we worked into a little bit more towards the wrestling. We didn't actually get into free wrestling at this point, but that is generally the direction we can use. So these are the fundamentals that I'd like to share with you so that we can actually have a solider base to go on to other things. So, was there any comments or questions or anything with that? No?
I think
Okay.
you did a great job, I've got to be honest. I've been a nightclub doorman for the last 34 years. That's what I do for a living, okay? I work in at Wine Street, which is the most violent street in Britain, okay? I've done things I don't like. I've bitten ears off. I've bitten 2 years ago. Didn't taste nice at all, okay? The reason I'm saying all of this is that what you've seen today, a lot of people say, oh, that'll never work. Trust me, it does. Because what you've just been doing, I did 30 years of karate and I did MMA for a couple of years. We walk out, forget this your friend, but I want you to be very happy. Okay? Smile. So you can walk up smiling, very happy. What I want you to do is to be aware of how your inner self feels, how your psyche feels. Okay, so you've got to be within yourself. Just smile. All of you just look. Just walk up to them. Nod, really happy. Good. If you go back to where you were, please, guys. Same ones walk up. I want you to walk up this way aggressively. Okay? Walk up to them. So it's as if, you see a lot of doormen, they're gonna, they want to intimidate, right? So you want to walk up aggressively. Very intimidating as much as you can, right? I want you to find the eyes open up, the neck goes stiff, your vision becomes tunnel vision. I want you to do all of that. And again, I want you guys to be aware how your psyche feels. Okay. So be aggressive as you can. Come back up again. And now walk up to them, calm but assertive. No? Okay? So you're just going to be...
Both of us are just one. At this stage, it's just the same. Oh.
None of this. Just be assertive, okay? So if you walk up to them again. Okay, so if I push him back like this, that a lot of consider us
Aggressive, not threatening.
Yes,
So
not threatening, exactly. It's not threatening, it's not personal. But as soon as I do this, he wants to come at me. If I go up to a nightclub and I go like this to someone, I put a fight into him. You want to take the fight out of him, not put it into him. The only time I want to put a fight into someone is that if he's really got on my nerves, I want him to come at me so I can literally rip him apart, right? So what I'm like to do, this camera's everywhere, so you've got to be so careful, right?
Especially here.
If I want to hit him, I'm leading him out here, and I want to hit him, I can't, camera's on me. If I pinch him underneath the arm here, his arm comes up. As soon as that arm comes up, I can hit him. The camera see him lifting his arm up. I turned to the police, he was going to hit me. The police see this, that's going to be hitting me, right? I'm justified to hit him because I'm protecting myself, right? If I hit him in the face, do you know when you get hit in the face, what happens? Do you know, you bite your lip and your husband's talking to you. You're going to say, shut up! Right? And he's not saying anything wrong, but he's biting your lip, right? So you don't want, you just want to be left alone. So it's the same thing. If I hit you and they say, where do I hit him? I hit him in the face. If I hit him in the face, he's going to want to fight me.
Rage.
Yeah, because as I say, it's like biting your lip. So when you hit someone, you've got to be careful where you hit him. I choose where I hit him, depending what I want him to do. If I want him to come back at me, so I can really hit him, then yes, I can do it. For instance, he's been a pain in the ass. I want to give him a slap. I can't just slap him because that's common assault, right? So as I'm lifting him up, I'll accidentally use a little knuckle. I'll just give him a little tap on his lip. That's all it takes. He's going to get up with so much fury, he's going to come at me. I'm justified to take him out. Okay? So when you're hitting someone, in reality, you be aware where you're hitting him. If I hit him in the stomach, that wins him. You know when you get winded? You're playing a sport. Oh, hold on, pass the ball to that ball. It takes the fight out of him. And yet people don't want to hit in the stomach because they think it's not going to do much damage. But that does more damage to him psychologically than me smacking him in the face. And what happens as well, if you're in a confrontation and you get smacked in the face, it affects the psyche in such a way that you want to go back and fight that guy another time. You want to fight him again. If you get winded, it affects the psyche in a different way. You're fighting yourself rather than fighting your opponent. And next time you see him, you're going to be a lot more cautious. It doesn't have the same effect as it doesn't put the fight into you next time you see the guy. The best ever when you're going to hit someone, if I got someone tied up, I've got him on the floor, I've got him tied up, for a split second, I will let him look at me. In that split second, he will be aware that he cannot move. And then I will drive him on. He connects the two together, the feeling of hopelessness, that he's tied up and he can't move, and the feeling of really having the wind taken out of him. I always say, if you're going to hit someone in the face, you don't want him to come back, you mess him up to bits, I'll be honest with you. You smash him up so bad, he never wants to come near you again. If I just knock him out, 5 minutes later he comes up, he wants to come again. You smash him to bits. But the best way, you've got someone on the floor, for a split second, he feels that hopelessness of not being able to move. Then you take his wind out of him, he connects those two together, the feeling of hopelessness and the feeling of self-pity, and you won't have much of a problem with him again, I can tell you. But if you, as I said, hit him in the face, bite his ear off, the guy wants to come back, right? So I didn't want to do Systema with you today because these guys have done such a good job, and I thought I would just go through a little bit of the psyche. You've had 10 minutes of listening to my gabbling. As I said, when I first started bouncing, I don't know if anyone's good with figures, I was 9 stone, which is 14 pounds to a stone. That makes it skinny as hell. How much?
126.
126 pounds I started bouncing. And I was a black belt in karate, and I thought I was good, and I remember hitting someone one night, and I hit him as fast and as hard as I could, and he just turned and looked at me. And I said, if you don't really behave, I'm going to really knock you out next time. And my heart was going like that. That was my best shot, right? The fact he didn't see it coming, seriously, that quick. Mind you, and he's back to me. I hit him with the back of the head, right? But I didn't have anything, so I had to understand about the psyche very quickly. You know, when you're doing the door work 5-6 nights a week, you got it, because it's the only way I could survive. And the most important thing I would say is awareness of your opponent's feelings. Because once you know how your opponent feels, do you know, I can't remember, there's a famous Japanese swordsman. When I was in karate, I didn't get it, but they used to say, know yourself, you know your enemy. It's actually true, because the way you feel when you get hit, that's the way he feels when he gets hit. Do you know, the emotions that it brings up in you, brings up in the same, you know, we're more or less the same. The same emotions come up in him. Do you know, when you get winded, how you feel? He feels the same. She will feel the same. So when you do know yourself, you will know your opponent, and you will have a better understanding how to deal with a real, true, nasty confrontation. But I'll be honest with you, nothing has prepared me more for the work than what these guys were doing tonight. Seriously. Self-preservation in a real fight. You know, sometimes in a conflict, you know, we'll have a group of boys come in, right? And you know, you get this feeling inside of you, and maybe it's come over the radio, you know, you know, we're gonna have a nasty one. And because I've been doing it so long, the boys will say to me, you know, Mark, keep an eye on them, and you shouldn't keep an eye on these two groups. And without, you know, before I came to the Systema in particular, I was like this. You start off looking at them like this, and without realizing, next time, within 10 minutes, you're like this. You got so tense, it's like a cat waiting to pounce. All your weight's on your front leg, they're ready to pounce, and you're unaware of it, that you've gone from this to this, and you're just waiting for something to happen, so you can just dive in there, grab the nearest bottle and whatever, and you're like this, you're just waiting to go. And as I said, you don't even realize it, and then it's happened a few times, they've walked out, and it hasn't kicked off. But the problem is, you're being like this, right? You wanted to kick off at this point, because you've got so much adrenaline up inside. You wanted to be, you know, if your nerves are going, right? You got about 15, we get fights, you get rugby boys coming and fight each other. 2 groups of rugby boys, right? Got 15 in the team. So you might have 20 plus, 30, whatever, kicking off, right? So you like this, and you really wanted to go on, because you got all this adrenaline built up. You know, it's cramping up your stomach and everything. Your chest, you got trouble breathing. And then when they go, you've still got all of this. And you haven't been able to release it. You going home, you're like this, driving the car home. Your eyes are about to pop up. And then some poor bugger would come up to you at the end and go, good night, boss. Fuck off, motherfucker! You know, do you need to polish your shoes? What's he doing? Not because he's still got all of this. So until I got into, you know, some years into the system, I couldn't deal with it. Do you know, I would go home and I'd be walking the streets, finish work 4:30, get home by 5:15 in the morning, I'm walking the streets, can't sleep. Because I don't know how to breathe. So you know, my mind is still active, I got all this adrenaline built up. No wonder the wife left me. But it's, but you know, and until, you know, but the breathing and the softness of the system, it's a life-changing things, guys. You're so lucky you found this. I'll be honest with you, I'm not going to go into it. I wouldn't be alive now if the system hadn't come along. I would have been dead 8 years ago. I know that for a fact. I would have been dead 8 years ago. There's no two ways about it. My friends close to me knew I wouldn't be living. You know, I was that close.